we are now going to add account balances. I'm going to close out of the accounts in the first instance and just take you back to the main window, and then I'll start off from there. Now, remember that CG Wedding Planning Services has been operating before. They are now just, and they were doing paper-based accounting, they are now just moving to Sage 50. And so they have a trial balance from the previous accounting period, from the last accounting period. And so that trial balance has beginning balances for each of the accounts that we have created in our chart of accounts, or some of them that have a balance. So we want to put in those beginning balances. So the beginning balances are given on number 4 in your handout 1. So number 4 in handout 1 shows you the post-closing trial balance for July 1, 2016. I want you to click chart of accounts to open up our chart of accounts again. And then for each account, for you to go into it in order to change its beginning balance, just click on it. So the first account in our trial balance is 1080 bank checking account. Before we start, I want to highlight something to you, that once you begin entering beginning balances as we're about to do, do not exit from this menu until you've completed putting beginning balances for all the accounts. Under no circumstances should you exit before you finish once you start. Otherwise, it's going to glitch your whole system and it will be very, very difficult for you to recover from that. You may have to restart creating your company. So make sure that you have time to complete this step before you go away. Otherwise, you will have a problem if you close and do not finish. The first account we have a beginning balance for is 1080 bank checking account. Double click on it, and then you'll see there's a window. There's all the information that we put in when we first created this account. It is a group account and so on. So that's the information we put in the previous step. All we want to do right now is put in the opening balance, which in this case is 12,150, right? Don't save and close. Rather go use this blue arrow right there to go to the next account. So you see there are 2 blue arrows facing this way and 2 blue arrows going back. You want the blue arrow without a bar in front of it. This takes you right to the end of the list, which in this case is the next account. But if we had a few, it will take you all the way to the end. And if we had a few behind us already, this will take you all the way to the beginning. We just want to go to the next account again. So we just click the forward-looking blue arrow with no bar in front, right? And so that takes us to the next bank account in our chart of account, which is 1100 bank credit card. And I want you to put a beginning balance of 2200. And I want you to use the blue arrow to go to the next one. And in that account is accounts receivable, 1200. I want you to put 1000. Remember, use the blue arrow to go to the next account. The next account is office supplies, 1260. I want you to put 250. The next is a group heading, so obviously it has no beginning balance. So press the blue arrow again. The other one is again another group heading. So let's leave that one until you come to 1420 wedding supplies, beginning balance 1800. Next account, computer cash register, beginning balance 3500. Next account, store furniture, beginning balance 4200. Next account, vehicle, beginning balance 9000. The next account, bank loan, I'm going to go back a step. Our next account is the vehicle, which beginning balance was 9,000. The next account after vehicle is store, and the beginning balance for that is 100,000. Watch your zeros. 100,000. The next account is bank loan. So let's continue until we get to bank loan, and the beginning balance is 6,000. The next account is accounts payable. The beginning balance is 1,600. The next account is credit card payable, and the beginning balance is 1,100. The next account is GST charged on services. The beginning balance is 750. The next account is GST paid on purchases, and it's a negative balance, minus 350. Just put it as minus 350, should be fine. The next account is GST owing refund, and that one has no beginning balance. Total current liabilities, no beginning balance, is a subheading. Long-term liabilities, a heading, no beginning balance. And so we come to mortgage payable. Mortgage payable beginning balance is 7,500. 75,000. Watch your zeros. Go to the next account. It is 3560 CG Gazer Capital, and its beginning balance is 50,000. And we're done. Save and close. Now if we've done this correctly, then we should find that our trial balance shows debits equal credits. So we want to go and check that. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to reports, and let's do it and go to trial balance. So report in that accounts window, go down until you find trial balance, and it will give you report options. It will say trial balance as at today, which is 1 July 2016, the beginning of their fiscal year. Say OK. And so we're going to generate a trial balance. If we've entered our beginning balances correctly in the right accounts, we should have 134,450 credits and the same in debits. And that's what we have. So it means we have entered our accounts and the beginning balances correctly. I just want you to screenshot this, because it's actually one of the files that you have to submit for your project. So I want you to take a screenshot of this and save it. And then I want you to add that to your submission when you submit your project into Moodle. After you finished, and so to screenshot, I will go to the start window and just type snipping to bring up the snipping tool. You can also just use print screen. Press the print screen button on your keyboard. That will also take a screenshot. I like the snipping tool because it's really user friendly. Once it comes up, just select exactly the part of the screen that you want to snip. So it's really neat that way. Otherwise, I find that print screen will take a screenshot of the whole screen, and we normally have all sorts of stuff going on at the background of what we really want. And so snipping tool is nice because it snips exactly what you want. And then you can always save it into your flash drive where you're putting your Sage project. So I'm going to browse to my flash drive, and I'm going to click into there, and I'm going to save it right in there and save it as trial balance. And just say history, because remember, this is the trial balance based on the post closing of the previous accounting period. So it is, this trial balance is based on opening balances from the post-closing trial balance of the last accounting period, and so that's why I'm adding history to it. The reason why I'm saying history to it is because later when we finished transactions that we're going to put in for the current accounting period, you will also have to generate a trial balance. So I want to distinguish between the two. So save. Okay. Once you're done, just close that snipping tool window and also close the trial balance. So we're back to our chart of accounts, and you can see now that we have beginning balances in them. I'm going to ask you to close out of that chart of accounts and come back to the main screen. As for our instructions, we were here, and now we are moving on to number 5 and change account classes. That's what we're going to do in the next video.